Hey everybody, no, come here. No, this is Shan. This is my sweetheart. Come say hello to my YouTube community.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody who'll watch this later on. This is my sweetheart. This is my fella. So you've met the cats already. Aw, you'll be able to meet him. So I thought I'd do this little impromptu. I like to go when the feeling, sorry about that, best, suits me. It was 333. The sun is coming out. Blue sky. Just saw a pretty darn cool movie. If any of y'all get to check out Mortal, it was free on Prime. Goodness gracious, you can't see. I'm trying to get out of the direct sunlight here. Um, so I'm not glowing too much. Anyway, the movie's name is Mortal, and it is based on I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but this guy can manipulate weather and energy, and it does have to do with Norwegian Swiss mythology. So that's all I'll say. Hey, Nancy. Hi. Thanks for stopping by. Stopping. Thanks for stopping by. How are you today? Having a pretty good day today, and when I looked at the time, it was 333, and I thought, oh, why not? I know it's a little later than that, but like I said, when the feeling gets me, and me trying to learn how to edit, which I haven't been able to yet. And so if I start doing a pre recorded video and I screw up and I hit pause on my regular, then I have to upload another video. And I have to take a class in learning how to edit. That's it. I'll have to maybe pick at um, Katie's, see what pick her brain and see how best to do that. Oh, these are the perfect cards for today. So, how are you doing, Nancy? How was your day? Getting ready for the weekend? Any special plans you got going on? And just a really quickie note, unless I should wait before maybe see some more people. Um, well, that's good. I'm going to be the Saturdays spiritual salon at Rising Goddess in Tonawanda, New York. I will be doing readings along with several other several other talented lady readers. Although one is it's more. I'm still a little bit of a newbie, but we've got some really cool readers at Rising Goddess. Very unique. Some read bones, runes. Let's see. And some incorporate everything. Some like to use trinkets. So, something nice to look forward to. I get to hang with my tribe in the physical instead of just the virtual. Oh, Nancy, so you're in North Carolina. Cloudy, no sun today. Well, it was, I think we got high of maybe 16 today. We were out earlier. We had a high of 14, and it's cold. Snow on the ground. But it's January. So yeah, I don't know how North Carolina's doing these days being on the coast, with all of these weather changes. I'm not sure if you live, on the coast or if you're more inland, Nancy. But I know a lot of people have to adjust all over the different coasts in the Gulf. And it's just you know, and we're hoping to relocate maybe out of state. And, you know, there's some places we're looking at. And we're trying to figure out, wow, with the weather changing so much, you know, what might be the most ideal and not so ideal. So I thought I would do kind of like a Colette Bear and Reed triple threat today. Not triple threat, triple hat maybe. We'll stick to um, hockey terms. Oh, I can smell coffee. Ooh, I wonder if someone's making coffee or sitting up for coffee tomorrow morning. Nope, no plans. Just going to kick back and relax. To anybody lurking. Oh, it says I have one. Oh, okay. One person. So it's you and me, Nancy. So I actually have Nancy 3 decks with me today. I pulled out. They're all by Colette Baron Reed and her collaborations with her artist Jenna. I can never pronounce her last name right. Delagratalia. So I have the Enchanted Map deck. I have the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And her first collab with Alberto Villotto and also with Marcella Lobos called The Mystical Shaman. And so, Miss Nancy, if you are feeling up to it, or I can just, you know, shuffle and just do random draws, but would you like a card from one of the decks or maybe all three? Let me know. Get this ball rolling here. And I see that I have 2 people now. Ah, hi, Rosemary. Nice to have you. How is your day going? Yep, and that's my significant other. That's Shan. He made a guest appearance in the beginning of the video. So, Rosemary, what I am doing is I just kind of got the urge. It was 333 and the sun, I can tell the sun's coming now, even though it's still cold outside. And I figured I would maybe pull out some of my Colette Bear reeds that I haven't used in a while and pull some cards. And so, Nancy, you pick. So, Nancy, do you want one card from each, or just one from a particular deck that I will choose? No rules here. Oh, my Shan just lit one of our candle tarts that we get through Walmart, and it's called Balsam Fir. And oh, does that smell so good? I love woodsy, Christmassy kind of scents during the winter. So, how are you doing today, Rosemary? Enjoying your Friday? Little, as Dia says, a little sip sip. And a cheers out to Ben at Ben the Lightworkers, I believe. Such a sweetheart. Good smiles, yes, and you? Ah, I am doing fine. Well, yeah, I'm doing good. Still looking. We actually made a phone call today to a place that popped up, and we are going to fill out an application. And they may have something they're looking towards March. So if all goes well, it may only be one more, one more month, just kind of hanging tight here with everything. But it's in an area that's relatively decent, and it'll be within our budget, along with assistance from the state, hopefully. And from there, we can kind of hunker down and decide if we want to relocate. Shan is a Oregonian, and well, that's where he's lived all over. He's lived in born in Modesto, grew up in Oregon, lived for a bit and camped up in Washington State, then went into the military, and then lived for a while in Colorado, and then Arizona where I met him. Am I moving? Oh, Rosemary, I hope so. Um, we're in pretty rough shape here with our place, and we have been really trying for the past 4 to 5 months to really look for something, and then within the last month, that search has accelerated. So, yeah. Hi, Gina. Hello, Gina. Good afternoon. How are you, dear? Okay, do whatever spirit tells. Ooh, excuse me. King Nancy. Here we go. Let's do one of each. So today, for my people who are my peeps coming in, I decided to pull out three of my Colette Baron Reed decks, the Enchanted Map Oracle cards, where I love that little box in there with the key. Explore your life's journey. I have the Oracle of the Seven Energies, which is a beautiful Oracle deck. And I also have, where did the box go? For her collaboration with Alberto Velodo and Marcella Lobos, the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. So, I think I'm just going to go ahead, Nancy, and pull one from all three. Lindsay! Everybody say hello to Lindsay. She's one of my local peeps. Well, Miss Lindsay, you will definitely be next. I'm pulling cards and letting people choose which pile or one of three. I think I'm going to do all three actually, because I just don't get to use these cards that often, and they're so beautiful. And I bought them, so hell, I should start using them, right? They're not going to do me no good sitting on that shelf or packed away. Oh yes, and everybody, Lindsay has the cutest little emotional rescue doggy, and her name is slipping me. I'm sorry, Lindsay. No, Lola, and she is a long hair doxy, and oh my God, she is so cute. And Lindsay, I still haven't met her yet, so as the weather improves, I'll have to come up and visit you. Okay, for Nancy. Okay, so let me set that one there. And then shuffle for this one. I'm going to let you all chat while I focus on Miss Nancy here. See what the cards have to say. Whoop, that one just jumped right out. Well, I guess it has something to say. My nose is itchy. Why is that if I get online, my nose starts getting itchy? And we're also, Lindsay, look who's here. Oh, you can't really see her. She's all, that's my Ziva. Ooh. Oh, good. I hope you have your surgery soon, hon. Give you some relief there. Oh, my goodness, you should see this. Lindsay, I'll have to have you on one of these days, my dear. I can invite anybody to come and hang out with me if they want to come live and do a live with me and have a reading. I can send you a link, invite you, anybody who would like to come up. Ooh. Okay, Nancy. First card from the Enchanted map I get is Rescue. So let me pull this out so I get to see the whole card. Beautiful waterfall. And then as you get a little bit closer, there's this little person right here standing in there, just kind of like checking out her surroundings. And pretty much doesn't look like there's really any way, you know, to get off of this little beautiful island. We do have the little home with the chimney. And it's interesting with this little balloon kind of looking out, searching, maybe searching for her, but it looks like something needs rescuing. And this doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. For this card, let me pull out, I don't know if I have the book. Let me see if I have the book here with me. Shoot. Of course, I don't have the book. So, but let's just take a look though. We have rescue. So, we are looking at a situation where you may feel like you need help. Rescue, not quite like the damsel in distress kind of feeling that you get, but a lot of this water is flowing. Um, your trees here are starting to change color. You're kind of all alone on this rock, and yet you know that there's somebody out there looking for you, looking out for you. So rescue sometimes, it could be by another person. It could be any situation in our life that we need help in. Um, Sometimes I know, like me, I kind of put the good old foot in the mouth kind of deal. Rescue, like, oh boy, how do I, save this or, but also too, if you look in here, not just the word res, but also the word Q. So you're looking for the cue from the universe. They're helping you look out for that. There's the divine attention that you're setting out into the expanse for assistance. So this could be financial rescue, could be something where you need help with health, um, or this could be just maybe something that only you can rescue yourself from. Maybe you're um, and I'm just going out there because this is the things that are jumping out in my head. A rescue where it's like, oh boy, I've been invited to like this party, or you know, I'm going to go over to see the family, or I'm going to go hang out with some friends, and you get that anxious feeling of like, well, I really don't want to go. I don't feel comfortable when I'm in these situations. And that's where sometimes we have to come and rescue ourselves. We have to look out for ourselves and look to see how we can help ourselves or have somebody help us. But in that kind of situation, like boundaries, just knowing when to say, enough's enough, or even not even a sturdy boundary, just saying, what, time out. I need like a little self rescue. I need to go take a hot bubble bath. I need to go curl up with my journal or a good book. And then the next card that we get is the Smoky Mirror. So with the rescue, there you are, you sing in meditation. So this is something that you're going to have to kind of figure out what it is that you actually maybe need rescuing from, or the best way of being able to um, take charge or find and different alternative ways to possibly to even perceive a situation where you feel you may need rescuing. We have, the Buddha here in meditation, and he's drawing down that beautiful inspiration at the head. So you got that beautiful orange energy, which also comes resonates with your sacral chakra, your place of creativity, of inspiration, and it even has a little bit of yellow in there, so that's moving up into your solar plexus. So with your solar plexus, that's your place of power. That's where we create those boundaries. And that and when people say boundaries, they think of like a fort, a moat kind of boundary. This is just like an energetic boundary, saying, this is my space. This is what makes me feel happy. This is what makes me feel safe, and this is where I am going to let people just get so far where I feel comfortable meeting them. And so sometimes, like with the rescue, that's something that that can become very important. Not necessarily anything that's um, seriously health wise or anything, but just kind of like those rescue remedies that just popped right into my head, where people kind of just put um, you know they take more care of their bodies. They start using oh, what's that? Oh, homeopathy, and they use essential oils. And then your last card is earth magic. And when you go through all this, finding out that, okay, I need rescuing, I've got this. It's, spirit's got me, I got myself, I know what I need to do. I'm going to go into meditation. I'm going to sit with myself and see what needs to be done, what inspires me of what needs to be done. And then as those two come together, you're walking in balance. You've got that earth magic. Bring that energy up, connect with the earth, feel that warm, supportive energy, grounding you, nurturing you, and you're, doing your little walk. For me, it almost kind of looks like a little balance too, almost kind of like balancing on a fence. So as you're walking, you're going to be creating your own magic because you follow through with your meditation and with taking your own health and spiritual, mental, emotional. It all works together, and then you'll be walking in balance. You'll be walking you know, in joy and in peace and happiness. Get that little stride there in the step. So I hope that helps, Nancy. And if I ever kind of tend to go off on tangents or go a little too long, just let me know in the comments. But I want to make sure that whatever message that needs to come across through the cards, um, I want to make sure I get that message to you. So I hope that helped, Nancy. And as always, thank you, sweetheart, for allowing me to read. It always makes me so happy to be able to do that, to share. Oh, yes, Lindsay, we've been through those, haven't we? I can see Lindsay there rolling her eyes. Boundaries. But her and I, we all know how important boundaries are. So, Miss Lindsay, would you like one from each? Do you want just one? How would you like me to roll on this for you? I can do the same as I did for Nancy. I'm waiting for her response. A little sip, sip. Oh yeah, Rosemary. She sends these little pictures of her baby while she's napping, and she's in the sun, and oh, she looks like such a little angel. Yep. Yep. Oh, boundaries, intention, and I think balance are good words for the new year. Whatever happens, let the cards speak. And as you said that, one just jumps right out. So let's see what we get first from the Enchanted Maps. And woohoo! Lindsay, flying. So what I love about this card, it's like the horse from the carousel kind of broke free and it's happy, it's flying. Here's, kind of like maybe a little Lambert that was walking around, like gotten a little lost in, but now you're out of it and you are flying and you are happy. And let me get a little closer because I love the artwork. Those beautiful rainbow colors, very spring. And this may even be a unicorn. Let me take a closer look here. It's kind of hard to tell. But flying, yes, breaking free, feeling lifted, feeling a lot lighter. Your mood is high. Life is good. You're flying above. You're seeing um, all the obstacles that are in your way, and you've moved past them, or you know how to go around them. And I think too here with the flying, and that feeling of freedom, is that I know you have been waiting for the surgery, and I know it takes a while to recuperate and whatnot, but I know at one point after the surgery, you're probably going to have less pain and you're going to have more mobility. So you're going to feel like you know, you're freer, you're more flowing, you're happier, you're lighter. You know what? It's kind of hard because the unicorn isn't super pronounced, the horn on it, and so I'm not sure if it's just like like part of the cloud, but I don't know. It had wings. It can have a horn on its head too. So it's the flying butterfly unicorn, and I think you're also a fellow butterfly person too. So there you go. You're flying. You're happy. You're moving, and it's moving forward. So it's going over the Lambert, over the um, obstacle, over the puzzle, and is flying high above it. Yes, ma'am. So let's see what I get from the Mystical Shaman deck. Alrighty. And your card, Time Master. So I'm going to pull in really close to give you a chance for everybody to look too. I mean, the amount of artwork and attention to detail is incredible on these cards. And I know KD from KD Moonchild, she uses this deck. And I've learned so much from her about this deck just by watching her videos because she points things out that a lot of times, even, I think I see in the book. So it's just amazing how open to interpretation. But, Time Master. Um, and what is time? He's got the eight, the Mobius. Time is ever flowing, ever going. It's a continuous cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Infinity. He's got the feathers because feathers are a form of communication. And then between here, that looks like clockwork. You have him stepping in between both worlds to communicate. Feathers are, with communication with birds. And it's through our relationship with what we deem is important with our time and how we focus on using our time. Um, we have things to do, and there are times maybe that we don't. And this is where I think it continues in also with the idea of boundaries, is because our time is a sacred part of life, just like the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And yeah, life, you're born, life, death, and rebirth. I just need to make sure I went around the whole clock there. Just reminds us that time is fleeting. We need to maybe focus on what it is that we want to do in this life. Sometimes I know, as Lindsay knows from um, being in different type of groups and classes with me, we've all shared that, no matter what age we're at, we're always feeling like, well, do I have enough time? What do I want to do with my time? How do I want to best um, utilize my time? What is my passion that I want to take up most of my time? And that balance of being able to, of course, we have to adult, but we also need to allow that creative um, side of ourselves to come through, and creativity and passion, not always with art, but other things in our areas in our life that we want to do. And I just, well, so that's quite some hair that he's got there, let me tell you. It's like he's got some tangy hair going there. Um, but it's all very fleeting. He's all full of feathers. And he's coming through as a guide, saying that yes, time is infinite, but also time that we have here on earth isn't. And so, exactly, purpose. So, we have to learn how to not be afraid of how we use our time, but to be aware of how we're using our time. Are we making sure that we have time for self-care? Are we having enough time for what makes us happy? Do we have enough time for, you know, work, but things that need to get done, things that need to be, like I said, when we have to adult to be able to provide those opportunities for us to be able to use um, the extra time that we have for things that we enjoy, family, friends, creativity, downtime. So that is a beautiful card. Check him out. Look at those eyes. He can see. He sees through time, and time past, present, future. But I think also too coming out at this time. And Lindsay, I know that you remember us, with our group with Kathy, bringing right now, being present in this moment is really for the most important time. because the past is the past, the future hasn't gone here yet. So the most important time of our lives right now is at this very moment. So, sure, I will message you later. Hello, Melinda. False Teeth Tarot. Hopefully, I got that right. And okay, Lindsay, one more from the seven. Don't you just love how this sounds too? I just love these new coding that some of these cards go on. I don't like ASMR, but oh, I just love the sound and the feel of the cards when I use this deck. Yuppers. I'm getting there. Ooh, and everything, see, that all ties together. So when you be able to use that time that you find and you're able to focus on new goals, planting new seeds, doing what you do that brings you joy, boom, bearing fruit. There you go. What a beautiful card. All her artwork is beautiful. I love this one. So everything that you have been preparing for is now going to start bearing fruit, and it's going to start blossoming and growing and blooming. And also too, the magenta. I love paying attention to colors. The magenta, our heart space. And as we go up into um our third eye area, which is, our intuition, that's represented here in the magentas and the purples, and then two in the orange and the bits of red. Your lower chakras, your um, lower chakra, helping you ground and be um, being grounded, being secure, um, on your own, not just two physical feet, but your spiritual feet as well. Making sure, well, you know all about the grounding that we did. Um, but the bearing of the fruit, there you go. Anything that you want to plant, something start new. I know, again, with the surgery, this has been a process. You've been waiting several months now, you've been planning, you needed to do it. So that seed was planted. You found the date that's going to work, and now you're waiting for the actual surgery. And by the time the surgery comes and you're healed up, all that it will be bearing fruit. So there you go. I don't want to share too much, Lindsay, because for people coming in a little bit later, Lindsay and I know each other for several years now. We live near each other, so we've taken classes and groups and things together. So I know some more personal things about Lindsay than most other people who appear. So, yep, that's all bearing fruit. So that time card too could be time. Take your time to heal, and using that time to be able to really focus on what it is that you want. A long time waiting, but yet it might be a long time, just like it's been a long time we're waiting for a new place. But when you get your surgery, this is supposed to be the right time that it's supposed to happen. You've been aligned to have the right doctor to do it. You've been aligned to have the right support, um, to be able to help you during your recovery. You have your little Lola. You have your roommate there to help you. So everything's aligning, you know, just in place for you at this moment. So yeah, keep me up to date. Let me know what's what, and I hope that was helpful. And let me look up if I missed anything. So we have, I know Gina popped in. A little nutty. Yep. Yippers. And Lindsay, we're looking at a place that may be coming up available March 1st. So, located on Military Road. I can't think of the name of apartments, but they're through the Glendale, so fingers crossed on that. So let's see. Nancy, I read for you. Did I miss anything else? Gina, I hope Gina's still here. Um, but awesome cards. Yeah. So, oh, Gina, yep, you're still here. So, does anybody want a card, or should I just shuffle and pull and see what we get? You're here for me, so I'm here for you. Let me know what you want. Within reason, of course. Well, we haven't gotten it yet. We have, looked into a couple places, and a lot of the times right now it's just no availability. We found a perfect place, actually. Well, it would have been a perfect place, but they don't participate in Section 8. So, Gina, Gina, do you want three, two, one, or just, you know what? I'm just going to do all three. Unless you only have enough time for a certain, you know, a certain number. Okay, Gina. I love the name Gina. It makes me think of the drummer from the Go Go's. I love the Go Go's. And the name of the drummer is Gina. Gina Shock. Oop. No, I guess that's your card. Okay. Ooh. Gina, have we been thinking about education lately? Let me pull this back. Whatever it is being called. Leave time for Melinda. Yep. Alrighty. So we have education. And we can see a little, whoop, there we go. There's the stork. We have the stork here. And that doesn't, of course, mean human babies, but the stork is bringing you, um, or looking at you, saying, this, if you want to continue your education, or if you want to learn something like baking, cooking, if you want to learn photography, if you want to do any sort of um, education, even if it's a hobby. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to balance this card, not make anybody dizzy, so that you can see the artwork on it. Okay, I'll just hold it right there. And then, of course, there's the little fairy popping out of the book saying, I'm here. I got you. Let's do this. So, this is basically your support right here. And of course, with the rocks and the water, education falls under not just um, like the swords energy, the feather energy for communication, but education also is a knowledge that we can use in the material world as well. Oh, good. I am having some short training courses. Well, there that card is. And they're supporting you. And you've got that education going through work. So whatever it is that you are working towards, that is coming through. I'm not sure what else to study outside of work, hobby or spiritually. Well, that's something to sit down and meditate with on yourself. And it doesn't have to be like, crossing the feet and, being in absolute silence. You can just even pick up a journal and just write down a list of what do I like to do? And then write down, well, of all these different things, what would I like to explore more? Like you may have, taken um, a jewelry class. I don't know why jewelry popped. Well, because I love doing jewelry, but jewelry popped into my head. Maybe you want to learn how to maybe do wire work, or you want to learn how to bead necklace, something like that. Um, for the rest of your reading, instead of the 3 cards, I'm just going to keep using these because it seems like these cards have that message for you. So let's see. So at least we have something to focus on. Gina is doing education. She's being studious, but she wants to do something outside of her education for her job. So let's see what we get here. The bone collector. And of course, the bone collector is knowledge. It's look at all the different things that she has collected and done her age. She's smiling. She's got that illuminated glow of um, process of like spiritual transcending. All her knowledge and experiences in her whole life have all culminated into this beautiful glowing wisdom, that she has. The bones, of course, if anybody, knows me, I love Georgia O'Keeffe. She found bones to be absolutely beautiful, full of life. And then you have the wheel. I'm get a little closer too, as well. They're next to her. It's basically showing through this card that, and oh, look at the rabbit too. And rabbits are known to be gentle. They're known to be um, very cautious. They pay attention because they're a real member of they're a prey animal. And so they have learned how to hear, how to see clearly. Um, she has the fan in her hand, beautiful peacock feather, knowledge, third eye, for the peacock. So this woman has gathered all this beautiful, wonderful knowledge. And she has, of course, she's singing her circle, which for some could be like a medicine wheel. But then also it looks as if she is sitting atop a pentacle. And the pentacles actually represent the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 cardinal directions. And so she's sitting on within this beautiful collection of knowledge and with the spirituality around her head that might be something guiding you towards what it is that you might want to explore a little bit aside from work. Dang, I aged, but I get it. Wisdom, and you know what? I've aged too. I was telling my counselor yesterday that, when I was, late 20s, early 30s, I thought I had enough time to, or still to, I got all this, I want to do, blah, 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 blah. And now that I'm 51, it's kind of like, you know, I don't feel like I'm there yet. And so I understand the time, but just because of the age, it does not mean that we have to stop learning or feel that we shouldn't stop learning. She's smiling. She's looking at everything that she's got around her, and it looks like she's still collecting, and she's shining, and she's happy. Oh, bye, Melinda. Thank you, bye, for stopping. Sorry I couldn't um get a card to you. You be quiet, my kitty cat. Um, but hopefully next time I catch you, I'll be able to get you a couple of cards. Oh, bye, Nancy. Thank you for stopping by too. I appreciate your support always. Thank you very much. Stay, Melinda. Oh. Oh, okay. So, okay, Gina. Let me shuffle. Oops. More from this collection. Let's see what the third card is. So you have continuing education. You're looking over all the knowledge that you've already established, that you've learned through life. through experiences, and you hold the key to what it is that you want to continue doing. It's commitment. You have committed to training for your job. You've been committed to learning everything that you can and exploring through the bone collector. And now this is a time to make a commitment to yourself to maybe explore something else. There's the key, there's the hole, and there's the star. And for me, it just feels a very like spiritual. And here is like the older hand reaching up from a younger hand. So it's like the sharing of energy. You're committing to your not just education, but education as a spirit, as a soul being, as as a student of the earth. I hear a lot of people talking about, we're here to learn. Some say, who was it? Was it Sterling, psychic Sterling, that said something about, there's almost like a waiting list of people wanting to, to come onto the earth to be able to learn and experience what a human experience is all about. So you have that commitment to be able to continuing exploring what, makes you happy, or even to explore something else. And there's that star, it's being handed right up to you. Oh, we don't want you to get chucked out, but just to make sure that you're following through with other things that help nourish your soul. You know what? I'm going to pull one more card for you, Gina, from the Seven Energies Oracle. So I can sit here and do this all day. I love this. Birds of a feather flock together. I love this. So here, let me just think about this for a second because I want to word it properly. So the posts are at different heights. All the birds are different, so some are a little higher, some are very, a little bit lower, but yet they're all flocking together. They're all the same. And what is it that's connecting all of them together? And that is their love of communication, of companionship. So I think it is whatever you want to continue doing, exploring something new. You may already be more of a part of whether it be a Zoom group or a Facebook group, or if you have friends like a book club, or getting together for like a poetry writing group, creative writing, something that brings a group of you together. Got to scoop. Thank you, Lindsay, for coming by. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for letting me read. I hope it helped. Let's see. I don't know what that means. Okay, Gina. What is it that you don't know? And I'll try to help you out. Wherever your feet are, Gina, is where you are supposed to be. Is it the commitment card? It shows that you're committed to exploring all sorts of new avenues. The key is right there. You can see it, it's in the woman's hand. And the other hand that's coming down, offering you the star, is the keyhole. So you're moving forward. You're committed to wanting to explore other facets of yourself. Oh, this one here, the birds of a feather. Well, see, for me, in the line of what we've been discussing about education, knowledge, of course, age, here, this might be, a younger person, up in either younger in something new, um, like different levels of experience, not necessarily of age. So you have someone's been has gone up this high, you have someone here that's gone up this far, but you're all coming together to share a commonality. And I'm just thinking that maybe whatever it is that you might be interested in doing outside of what your job is that you want to explore could be situated within a group of individuals who come with different backgrounds, different knowledge, but are all and experiences, but are all basically in the same family of interest that you want to do. Um, let's say creative writing class. You have an individual who might have taken a little bit of it in college, or they might have taken it for something to do with me in like high school. That's what got me into writing poetry. Another person might be coming from a job where all they work with is numbers and they want to start working with words, but they've always been interested in writing. So it's individuals from different backgrounds and experiences, or even different talents, and they're all coming together to share where they're from within the context of a new um, hobby or interest. I hope I'm not confusing you too much. Does that help, Gina, with this card, the birds of a feather? Does that make sense? Because I've taken, like when I did Reiki energy, um, I had a woman that came from being in the military. She was UN, a UN ambassador. She worked at the UN. And she decided to leave all that behind and to learn how to go into healing, into Reiki healing, and spirituality. There was, another lady there that had been, I'm pretty sure, an accountant. There was one that had been a grandma and just wanted to do something different. You know, she, helped raise her kids and she had grandkids. So it's like people coming from different backgrounds but interested in something very that's the same, similar. Okay, I was hoping I wasn't confusing you, but I'm glad it helped. I hope it does. Alrighty, let's see. I have three people. Melinda, would you like a card? I figure I could stay on for about an hour. I've seen a couple of alerts dropping down of other readers being on. So I appreciate everybody being here. Let's stop by. Ooh, I didn't get into there. Okay. Let's see. I don't know, Melinda. I am being drawn to do the three from the shaman deck. Now these cards, they don't have the same coding as her other two. And these are a heavier stock. So give me a few moments here. So how's your day been, Melinda? Enjoying your Friday? I know Debbie and Lisa and them are going to be getting on. in a little bit or a little bit later. Any big plans or any small plans for the weekend? Okay, let's see. Interesting. You got the same card as somebody else did. Ooh, nice. Okay. Okay, so this is how I'm reading. Blizzard outside? Oh dear. Not here, thank goodness, though. It's cold enough. Well, I hope you stay safe and stay warm and cuddle up with a good cup of tea, coffee, cocoa, whatever your poison is. And you also got the Time Master. So for me right now, this is saying now is the time. The Jaguar. And the Jaguar has to do a lot with deep. Jaguars are very sacred animals to the South, especially the black because they're that melanin. They're very unique. They're about mystery, um, going in and delving with um, shadow work, and not necessarily a negative shadow work, but going in and connecting with um, shamanic practices like uh, journeying. Um, I've done several uh, journeys to the underworld through drumming when I was in Arizona, and so it's basically this jaguar is looking at you, and there's the moon. So it's time to get connect into that deep, dark, feminine energy, and to start exploring what hmm, your abilities, your intuition. I know you already read, but I feel like they want you to dig a little deeper, explore a little bit deeper. There's the moon, there's the intuition, there are still like secrets, unknown for you to explore about yourself and your spirituality and the energy around you. And then the last card I had was the Vision Quest. So that's what made me think is that, okay, now is the time. He's made time for you to start focusing in, maybe doing some more deeper work, something that you may have even been already working on or contemplating on finding time to set aside for yourself for some deeper work and to go on that vision quest. Because once you work more and dig a little deeper into what it is that you're looking for, because I know sometimes we don't know what we're looking for, we just know that we're looking for something. So now would be the time for that vision quest. And when you do, just look at her. She's just bursting forth. She is just glowing. Her solar plexus is glowing. The area just above her heart is glowing and exploding. So is her creativity, her sacral chakra, all the way down. She's connected both to the upper realms and she's also connected to the lower, and she's in that beautiful balance, that beautiful ecstatic sense of like, I'm opening up more. I didn't know this was possible, and I am just going to just shine and I'm going to glow. So there are going to be new things that you are going to be exploring about yourself and learning about yourself as you go in and you do more work with the Jaguar energy. She is very old, very sacred. She's actually one of um, my teachers. And oh God, I hope someday to be able to see, one in person. But then I would feel bad because then, they're not in the wild habitat where they belong. But that's something. And she's just like hunkering right over that full moon. Her shadow's a little bit on it, but it's like, look, how much more do I have to? It's right there. It's right at my feet. I'm offering you that insight into these energies, these feminine energies, ancient, old, powerful memories. And you will discover these and you will just expand from that. That's exciting. Makes me want to go do that. I know I have a lot I need to do. It's just sometimes it's hard with everything that goes on in our lives to find time, time master. And yeah, Gina, she got the time master too. So a lot of us are being called to say, okay, this is time. This time has been set aside for you at this precise moment, and it's up to you to take it and to use it. Yeah, I love Colette's cards. They're amazing. There's just so many cards. And oh, it's 444. So how about on that note, I will let's see, where are my do I have my color cards? Where are my color cards? I figured I would end our session with some color cards. I had to switch out my baggies, and now I don't know where I put my cards. Oh, I think this might be them right here. Woohoo! Alrighty, so a collective color card for everybody. Maybe 25. I'll do this. My son has had the nickname Shaman No ID, so he started his channel with this name. It's awesome. Oh, wow. 25, 30 years. What does that mean? 25, 30 years. Me with the Time Master? Say now is the time. I'm not sure if I missed on something, but let's see. So it's 444. Grab my cards. Shuffling. Okay. Oh, for those how many years? Gotcha. Okay. It's weird. It says there's nobody watching, but you're in here with me. Huh. It's weird. Okay, so the final color card, well, the card for the collective of the secret language of colors is pink. Let love in. That's such a beautiful card. And of course, the pink and the green, those are the two main colors that are associated with our heart chakra. And this doesn't always mean romantic love. Remember, this also pertains to self love. So that's the getter for me. I can love everybody that in my life that I and I love, but sometimes when it comes to loving yourself, that's the hardest one. And I think it's for a lot of people too. And let's face it, nowadays social media and everything kind of makes it hard for people to feel good about who they are. I just sub to it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out your son's channel definitely after this. Um, make sure to mention his as well in other groups that you're a moderator. Get his channel built up. Oh, that's his favorite color. Oh, your favorite color. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Pink tulips. Let love in. Oh, I am so. How do you do it? We have a few minutes. I know you're probably a little bit older than me, from what I remember in the video. How have you learned how to do that? Because we all go through our lives with mistakes, and for some of us, it's so hard to love ourselves after certain mistakes. I wonder, Melinda, how you were able to cultivate that self love. And it's okay too, if you don't want to share here. I know there have been some people, from what I've understood, that have shared and opened up in chats during live streams and other posted videos that have been attacked unfortunately. So I respect and understand any and all decision. Chick girl, they're stepping stones. Yeah. But some have been really chips that I wish I could have chipped a little differently. Yeah. Yes, tulips are. Well, I do know that Kelly from Dozen Cats Wellness Chats mentioned that unfortunately some people have recently um, been verbally harassed and stuff from things, sharing, information. And I just want to make sure that, people feel, safe here and not judged. 7 years older than me. Okay. I don't know. Let's pull another card. I have 10 minutes. Okay. Especially if Gina pops back in. Turquoise. Awaken your empathy. I love how they did that into a rose, isn't it? Oh my god, how beautiful. I just love these cards. And I think that goes hand in hand with the pink card for love and self love. You have to learn how to talk to yourself. The turquoise with the chakra, and learn how to be empathetic towards yourself. Awaken your empathy, not just for others, but for yourself as well. That's a good card. See, I get messages too, so I'm blessed just as well. Being able to share and then be able to get back. Yep. Yeah, a lot of inner child. Before, just as COVID was starting to hit and things had to get locked down, I was starting to work with a counselor on EMDR, which is a type of trauma based eye movement therapy for PTSD and all different traumas. And I'm going to have to reschedule that. But then I also started doing shadow work. Um, I had to kind of back off of it a little bit because of everything that kind of went downhill a couple weeks ago. But definitely going to pick it back up. That Jaguar popped up too for a reason. I think it was a reminder for the both of us, actually. You know what? I don't think Gina's here. I think Gina took off. I know that she comes back and forth. So I know multiple people are on. I know some people that just have like two or three screens on and they're watching, two or three shows at a time. So, oh, well, Melinda, it looks like this is probably a good time for me to end my live. Be able to go take a bathroom break, maybe get something else to drink, and then we'll probably catch each other in a few minutes or so on somebody else's chat, so in video. But I'm definitely looking forward to Lisa's 1000 celebration and then the Friday, unless I missed it. I don't think I did. It's so hard trying to do the time when you're East Coast and you have all those other ones. You take care too, girl. Thank you again for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.